Hello and welcome to the French Embassy's very fast podcast episode. Can I get a cheers? Woo! This platform is going to be taking you on a journey for a number of episodes. What are we doing here? We are basically giving so many young creatives and innovators a platform to share their stories, share their journeys and experiences with you, and maybe create a little fire in your heart to take on whatever idea you want to take on. Now, with us on the very first episode, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very unique, interesting guest. Welcome, Richard Musinguzi.
Thank you.
How are you feeling today?
Feeling yellow.
Feeling yellow?
Yeah.
Oh, what does it mean to feel yellow?
Bright, happy.
Okay.
Yeah, joyful. It's a good day.
In that sense, I think I feel orange, a bit lighter than yellow.
Yeah, now let's make it shine.
So, Richard Musinguzi, you are known for your fantastic work. Today, I don't want to do the honors of introducing you on your behalf because even looking at the setting of today's conversation, really want to know who you are as you, aside from all the glitter and all the attention and work that you've done. Who is Richard?
Richard is a cartoonist. I'm a cartoonist at bottom. I am a Ugandan who comes from the southwest of Uganda called Kabale.
Kabale.
Yeah. I grew up there and came to town in Kampala where I studied architecture.
Oh.
But along that, I was always drawing cartoons, making people laugh with cartoons. And so I created this character called Katoto after watching a movie called Wall-E, a Pixar movie.
Oh, yes.
Asking myself questions of why don't we have a character that all of us feel like they have seen on the streets. And so Katoto is the character that I'm mostly known for because he's now very well known in Uganda.
Yes.
Been seen millions of times on YouTube.
Yes.
Now TikTok.
Yeah.
So at bottom, I'm a cartoonist.
So wait, hold on. You are a cartoonist that did architecture.
Yeah.
How is that even possible? Like, where is the connection in that? How did you switch from architecture to being a cartoonist?
Actually, it didn't take a lot of struggle on my part. Like I was just like any parent. They were not sure if I could make a living from cartoons.
Oh.
So my mom, I was raised by a single mom. She was like, "No, you're not going to do cartoons for a living. I'm not sure that will pay. I've sacrificed all my life."
Were you already in school? You were already in school?
Yeah, I was already in school. I'd finished S6 VAC, and I had discovered that you could do a degree in cartoons, in cartoon making, in animation. So I applied to a university called California Institute of Arts in America. The school fees was $60,000. So of course my mom couldn't afford. But at the same time, as she kept consulting, everyone told her, you know what, let your son do a real course.
And then have this as like a fallback or a hobby.
Exactly. And so that's how I ended up doing architecture. But it turns out everything you do can also discipline you. So architecture is the one that grounded me to not just think in terms of constantly trying to make people laugh, but there's a discipline, a grounding to it. So architecture teaches you to question and balance between beauty and function. And so I bring that discipline back into cartoon making. I think that's one of the things that has made me last this long.
Actually, I find that a very beautiful concept because I know so many young people who feel like, no, if I want to chase this particular dream, I need to do that particular course. So it's interesting to see how you are able to take the lessons from your architecture into your work now.
Yeah.
So I don't know so much about the whole cartoon world and all that. So what exactly is your job? Are you the guy that draws? Are you the guy that voices? Are you the guy that builds the concepts?
So first of all, there is the aspect of drawing, observing people. Like everyone here, I'm always watching and observing, looking for that one highlight. And so it's stored in my brain. But when I come up with a character, I try to inject those things. So cartooning is about simplifying someone's character.
Yeah.
And when you express it, it's simplified so that someone recognizes it quickly. And in that simplicity, they feel like, okay, it's a bit funny, the truth of it. Like if someone is always smiling, has an idiosyncrasy of always smiling.
Yeah.
They just highlight that in the cartoon and then it comes out. But the art of cartoon making is basically drawing cartoons, but now, and that's why this is interesting, because we're in a French podcast, is back in the very, very past, in the 1920s, it's known that there's an animator called, is it Emile Cole, French animator. He was the very first to discover that on top of drawing cartoons, you could give them personality. And so there's the aspect now of animation on top of cartoon making. So when you combine the two, personality, movement, and drawing funny cartoons, you get animation.
Yes.
So my job is really of an animator, making cartoons that move and talk and think. And that's what I do for a living now. Yeah.
So who inspired Katoto? Is there anybody in particular that inspired Katoto?
Katoto is inspired by... okay, the truth is... Should I say the truth?
Yeah. We're here for the truth and nothing but the truth.
Katoto is inspired by one of my uncles.
Oh, does he know that? I feel like this is the first time you're saying this.
And he calls himself Sawa Chiga. Sawa Chiga, which translates to the king of all Wachiga, you know. But he's larger than life personality. But at the same time, Katoto is about, to me, it's my thank you to the world, you know. I do many cartoons, but Katoto in particular is a combination of whatever I have felt is awesome about life. Yeah. Fixing it into the soul and binding my soul into Katoto's character. And so Katoto is inspired by every person I have met. He's a composite of every interesting thing I have observed. Yeah. Like into a cake, you know, and given to the world to enjoy. Yeah. And that's what he will continue to be. And I believe even when I'm gone, my soul is simplified and my observations, a compilation. Yeah. So it's not just Sawa Chiga, but everyone, even you, there will be an element.
After today, after meeting today.
Yeah, that's what you see. It's a sense of freedom. Yeah. When he's running around, when he's jumping around, he's the first truly free cartoon character to appear on the screens from Africa. Yeah. Up to this day, I still haven't. And that's the thing I want to pass on in this interview is there has to be that one thing we inject our souls in as Africans or as Ugandans that represents our thank you to the world. You know? Yeah.
I think for me also one of my favorite things about Katoto is his movements. Like you say, they're very free. There's a way he moves on the screen. It's not like every other animation I've watched before. He's very free in his movements, and I think that even makes me laugh the more. Yeah. So what do you think is the future of cartoons in Uganda, in Africa? Especially with the now short form kind of content that we are seeing on social media. Do cartoons actually have a future here?
That's a very good question, but there has never been a better time. The future is like super bright. Right now, we have a studio with over 20 people. This was never even possible. So the fact that, and okay, look, so when I had just begun animation, I had to read books. I had to import books from Amazon and bring them here. Yeah. There was no Ugandan who could teach us. We had to just go to YouTube. What? But now the future is exceptionally bright. There's been people who have been abroad and have come back. Like myself, I've been to France, studied at Gobelin, which is like the best school in the world. My colleague Louis, same thing. There are many Ugandans that have now come back and are able to share their knowledge on ground. Yes. So there has never been a greater time to be here and just pursue this. It's a discipline. The first wrong question to ask is there a future like in money? First, it can never be about money. First, it's about the craft and the discipline. Yeah.
What do you mean by the discipline?
The discipline is like the commitment to become better in the craft of drawing cartoons that are alive and exceptional. So you talk about Katoto's movements. It takes a lot of practice and repetition to be able to master the craft of making him move in a free way. Yeah. So the first thing is, it is now possible for a Ugandan to, first of all, come to, like, say, our studio or any other and pursue this craft, and we are there to pass on the craft. So that's the first thing. The second thing is this idea of characters that act and think and talk. The very first really African cartoon character to be to have a lot of personality was Kidiku. Kidiku.
I've
He's
never
not so famous in Uganda.
I've actually not seen that one.
but he's big in the Francophone world and he's big in the European world. He's the only black character since he was the first truly indigenous feeling character to go global. Ever since then, there has been attempts in America, but there's been no other characters come up. The rest are always Afro-American characters, like say Wakanda, but it's always a blend.
Yes,
Kirikou is the first bold one.
Yeah.
So I was inspired by Michel Oslo's attempt to create a feeling of a really African character, and it was successful. So Kirikou, Katoto, and many more that are going to come. So we've just completed a project called Cartoons from the Source of the Nile, again in partnership with the French Embassy, where we were the first again to explore this personality animation. Let's call it personality animation, where we brought to life Queen Kitami and many more. So in this one discipline of personality animation, the limits are endless because it opens up different business outlets. Like think about Mickey Mouse and the global impact. A franchise worth billions of dollars.
I know.
Same as Katoto, it has been like, even way before I went to France, it's not that Katoto was very sustainable in terms of cash flow.
Yes.
Although I was just alone, so I was making my own money. But now I have so many bills to pay. Things have changed.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's also a lucrative thing. Yeah.
That's interesting.
So the future is like unbelievably awesome.
So okay, now we've talked about the future on this other side. What about in the consumption of this kind of content from, let's say, when you started? How does that look like now? How does the consumption look like now compared to when you started?
So when we started, okay, for us, I don't know if we've just been lucky, but from the beginning, Katoto was well consumed. Consuming is a weird word. Well loved.
Yeah.
I don't like the word consuming.
Consuming sounds very capitalist.
It's a very... it has failed to sit in with me.
Katoto was well loved and well watched.
Yes. Because we create personality. He's your friend. Just like us, when we are finally gone, we shall just be this podcast. And people will not consume us. They will hear our thoughts. So the consumption... There's been the rise of TikTok. In the past, there was Facebook, but there's been challenges in that regard because you see, when we first started, there was Facebook. Facebook changed its model, and then you could no longer embed YouTube videos on Facebook, and then you find that now Facebook is no longer promoting your content as much as possible. So we had to move to YouTube. Now YouTube algorithm changed. You're always playing according to what they feel like. If they want to promote this movement, if you want to promote Trump, you want to. Now we are on TikTok. So it's a big challenge. Distribution is a big challenge. I think in terms of consumption, the high point, that's why right now we are showing on local TV. I'm more interested in, and now there's the emergence of Canal Plus that's coming. I'm excited about this partnership because it's for the very first time, I think, we shall be able to combine the English audience with the French-speaking audiences of Africa to create one new audience. But it's still a big challenge on how our content reaches the final person. I'm still not yet sure. Right now, we just depend on the fact that Katoto is loved. So when you find it, you want to share it
with other people.
Voilà. Exactly.
Now, let's talk about the difficulties in your journey.
Yeah.
Was it even difficult? You know, sometimes people seem to assume it's difficult. You may find your story is a bit different, and you didn't find as much difficulty. Or did you find any difficulty in your journey to reach now?
Okay, right now there are difficulties, but from the beginning, it has never been difficult in terms of when I've created something. But the hours of practice, the actual hours behind getting to a level where you can draw freely, the difficulty is insane. You have to be committed for a very long time. Like I've been drawing since I was born. And for like the first 18 years of my life, it was not even, it was like a shame calling yourself an artist. So it's a private thing, but I just wanted to become much better. I also wanted to become good. So there's so many times when you feel like you're not good enough. Then you look at work online and then you're like, will I ever get to this level?
That level.
That's where the difficulty is. But in terms of creating like content, it's never difficult because the work has already been put in. So normally, like now I'm working on a Katoto cartoon. I've given it my all. I don't like it. I don't expect. How can I say it? It's not like it's already. I'm already secure from that feeling of. Is it going to be a fail? Like I've already given it my best, so even no matter the outcome.
But like, how did you reach that particular feeling that you have now of, oh, I think we are good
Practice.
to go?
There's only one word: practice. Look, the hours. Even just this morning, wake up at 5. I'm reading this book called African Fractals. I'm trying to understand what Ron Eglash wrote about these difficult theories, trying to overcome all these difficult things. It's always a journey battle with yourself. But there are the real difficulties, obviously, like running a studio is not easy. A workforce of 20 people, keeping them employed and keeping them excited. Now, the real difficulty I'm having is to be able to pass on my skill, but not just my skill, to be able to pass on the love for the craft, but in a way that someone can sacrifice. Because the world today is too exciting. Someone would rather be out clubbing or out on Facebook or out on TikTok. It's hard to, yet animation hasn't changed. You need to sacrifice and have passion for this, even when times are hard. Even if you lose your marriage, even if you lose your girlfriend, even if you have to still, it's like number one. It's supposed to be number one.
Yes. Then
everything else to follow. But now that's harder to pass on the craft, such that I'm not the only one
doing.
It's getting better. So that's the first difficulty, to be able to pass on the craft. But that also is tied with economics. You see, if you're able to pay people constantly, so that you create a stable environment. You see, like people in the banking sector, he knows his salary is coming. Plus, we are in the cartoon world. Today is good, tomorrow is it's not easy at all.
Let's talk about
sustainability,
because that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
How are you able to sustain this craft?
To sustain for me?
Yes, for you. In order for you to have a studio, to have a team, to have consistency in creating the content in a comfortable space.
I have no answer, trust me, but for me it's a commitment already.
Yeah.
A lifelong commitment to continuously improve and be better than I was yesterday. So for me it's not a question. So the whole idea is I'm always reading something, I'm always thinking, like I'm always learning new things. You see, they reach the point where your skill has reached a plateau. Now, when your skill reaches a plateau, you have to bring in something new to it. Like when I went to France, I had to learn French. Of course, my French is terrible, but at least I can survive. Bonjour. So at least I can survive. So, but you see, learning the French language, the culture, living the lives, like when you're learning something new, your brain again, relaxes. And starts becoming soft, and then you come back to your craft and you love it even more. Like now I'm learning Swahili and I'm experiencing new changes. So that's how I learned the music and piano. But all this is for that one thing, which is making characters. So how do you, if you ask me, how do you sustain it, is keep learning. And after like 5 years, learn something brand new. Yeah. So that you can relax.
The question of legitimacy often comes up, especially among artists, in a field as competitive as animation, where certain production companies have a monopoly. How did you find your place?
Okay, that's a very, very good question. So there's monopoly globally. There is Disney, there is Pixar, there is Illumination. That one is very difficult. The only solution we have, and that's what I learned early on, is to tap from your heritage.
Thank you. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, it's the only solution.
Yeah.
You have to tap, even if even if let's say you're a Ugandan that grew up in America, you have to look at your experience uniquely and then use only that, as in really highlight that, then use the rest of the influences you get to make this better. Because for example, you can't produce Beauty and the Beast better than Disney. They are using budgets of $300 million. But for us here, we have an untapped heritage. First of all, here it's extremely, we are lucky to be alive now. Where languages are already on their last legs. English is taking over everything. So the one thing we have is truly the wisdom of our languages, our folk tales. They have not yet been brought to life. So we tap into that and create our own style. Now, the more bold we are, you know what's funny? I used to think that the more local you get, the more no one wants to, like only those local people want to. However, the more local you get, the more you stand out. It's a flip.
Cool.
The only constant has to be that even if you get so local, your skill set has to be at the level.
Okay.
Such that when you do this bold local heritage project, the mise en scène, as the French say, is still at the best. Like you have to still read about the principles of animation, the principles of good photography, the principles of communication. However, you have to be bold and courageous to face your life story and transform it into something.
I love that. I think whoever is watching should take that. For me personally, in this conversation so far, that's my biggest takeaway.
Awesome. But you seem you already knew it.
No. It's interesting. The more local you get, the more
unique.
The more unique you are.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about global stages, we can't fail to talk about Netflix. Oh my God. You've been able to work with Netflix. How did that opportunity even come?
The French embassy one day just wrote to me an email saying, "Oh, you're the cartoon guy. There's an opportunity here. Netflix is giving out a scholarship."
What?
And then I put everything together, just katoto stuff, submitted it, and 3 months later, I was in Paris.
What? How did you feel? How did you feel?
I remember the first instinct was like, how am I going to survive without being able to speak to people? So I tried to learn some French words, but I was too excited to even learn anything. So I left that. And I remember the day I was driving from the airport. Previously, like 3 years ago, I had been selected in my art school to go to Germany. And the German embassy had refused to give me a visa. I remember I cried that day. So here I was now driving in a taxi under the Eiffel Tower, arriving in France for the first time.
Oh my God.
I was like, this place I've been reading in books. And it was, so of course, then 3 years, I stayed there for 3 years. I had an internship at Netflix. Studied at Gobelin. I met all my heroes. I met Glenn Keane, whom I worked closest to. Creator of Aladdin, Tarzan, Beauty and the Beast. All
wow.
It was, imagine like going back into the reason why you started, meeting your heroes, and then at the end of it all, I'm like, I'm so rich right now with so much information. I can't just stay here. I have to come back. And luckily, the Spice Project came up, where we could channel all our skills into the people. And so that's why this project is so exciting, because we were able to become empty again. Remember what I told you earlier?
Yeah.
We were able to now give it all out. In terms of skill, in terms of work, and in terms of... And now, at least we have those characters are alive.
True.
Queen Kitami is alive, Pablo. It's just all, to me, animation is gratitude, It's thank you to the world of what you've experienced. So it was super
What
grand.
is like that one moment during your entire experience with Netflix and your internship? What is like that one moment that you feel you will never forget?
Meeting Glenn Keane, the elevator.
Who is Glenn? Some of us don't know these people.
So Glenn Keane,
Who's Glenn?
Glenn Keane is the hero behind your Disney childhood. If you watch The Little Mermaid.
Yeah, I've watched The Little Mermaid. I've watched
Aladdin.
Beauty and the Beast. I've watched Aladdin. I've watched Cinderella.
Exactly. That's all Glenn Keane. And Tangled, you watched Tangled?
Tangled, yes, I've watched Tangled.
That's to me I thought maybe I froze literally. I froze. But the picture is not on Instagram.
You have a picture.
Like, why are you frozen? So that's the highlight.
Picture here.
That's the highlight.
Yeah.
I couldn't even believe it. And then, you know what? After that's still the first day I met him. And then when I went down the elevator, okay, we finished talking, and then he went outside, and then I couldn't believe what I just seen. So 1 hour later, I went out, France, boulangeries and all those things. And then across the road, I see Glenn Keane getting an Uber. What? And then I take a picture and post it on the WhatsApp group. And guys at home are like, yo, this France, you just meet celebrities on the road.
Yeah, walking, taking Uber.
I remember, I imagine what he must have felt. It must have been like, this must be Hollywood. Like,
I know.
Anyway, there's no moment that competes with that one, because you see, Glenn Keane, that he's one of those guys who I used to listen to his podcast just like this one. And I would be walking and listening to his encouraging words, like how he also struggles to keep his, like the insecurities he has. And he's in your ears. All your life since you're young, he's in my ears learning how to draw.
Yeah.
From S5, S6, year 1, university, and then he's there in the, like, do you know how frozen you get?
I can only imagine.
Like a ghost. It was like a ghost. Come on, that was the greatest moment.
So what if
Ever.
there's I know so many other young dreamers, animators are watching or listening. How can they be able to position themselves to get such prestigious opportunities like those?
It comes back to the question of discipline. There is no other. It's like marriage. You have to make a vow that in good times or bad times, I'm going to improve. It's just a vow you have to make. There's no guarantees on this path.
Yeah.
Because it's a path of discipline and craft. So it's a path of, here's my pencil, no matter how much the technology changes, I'm going to get better. No matter, even if I'm the last person drawing, because it's a long journey, you can't go in with a half a heart. So that's the only shortcut I know, because the only one that I can speak for. There will be people who tell you, okay, you can go and do this. Yeah, so once you've
Branding.
made that, yeah, branding,
Social media. And,
have good communication skills, but I'm not sure about that, So that's the first thing. But once you're sure that this is a lifelong journey and there are no guarantees, the only guarantee is when you see yourself improving, you'll be comforted,
Yeah.
But the next thing to do is two things, just two things. If you say the young person, so number one, if you're lucky, you get you have to seek out people who someone who can mentor you,
Like you.
Yeah, like me.
Seek him out. Seek Richard out.
Okay, well, yes. If you're an animator and you
And you're
obey
serious.
the first law, that it's like forever.
Yeah, this is.
But because this to me that was Taga for me. No Taga.
No.
Taga Nwagawa, he's a great painter here. For me, the first time I met him, he was the one who showed that you could have a career in art. But if you can't do that, or it's still good education, the classic principle of go to a good school. Now in animation, there is no school until we set up the first good one. There's still no school that I can recommend.
Yeah.
There's a degree in Makerere, but there are no guarantees. They're also just discovering it as they go. In Africa, there's one. Still, if you have a chance to go to Gobla, you might just
Please do go.
But luckily, Gobla, we were the first to bring Gobla here, and people got encouraged. But there is hope. What we need to do is have a good degree program that teaches the fundamentals of this craft and this discipline. And I'm sure this time is coming. I can feel it, because now we have enough skilled teachers.
You think there's a real demand for such a course? Education?
Yeah, there's a real demand. And even at our studio right now, we have like 5 people whom we are training. Some of them are 16 years, 17 years, 18 years. There's a degree program. You see, there's a degree program at Victoria Uni. There's a degree, but I will not lie to you. It's still not yet at the level.
That level.
You just go there just to get exposure. But it's for now. It's still a personal thing whereby you seek out that knowledge yourself. I would say a good education, or a good mentor, or you have to read about the stories of great people like Michel Oslo. He's a good one to inspire us in Africa. He's the director of Kirikou. If you read his life story, he grew up in Cote d'Ivoire, and he had the passion, and your passion will open the door for you. So for now, the best idea I have is be passionate, be willing to sacrifice, put in the hours, and then maybe some doors will open.
Some doors will open.
Yeah.
All right. So it's really been lovely.
Thank you.
Getting to know you, getting to know your journey, how Katoto has been able to reach this particular point. Should you be expecting anything new?
Yeah, on Friday we are releasing a new Katoto cartoon.
This Friday?
Yeah, this Friday.
Where can we be able to find that?
YouTube, TikTok, everywhere. It will find you.
It will find you. I like that. Katoto will find you.
But Katoto cartoon, just be on Friday, be on the lookout.
Yeah.
Katoto on TikTok, Katoto cartoons, or Katoto YouTube.
Any message that you would love us to get from Katoto? Final message that from your Katoto idea and how you've been able to bring him to this journey, to this point.
The message I think has come out clearly. I think it's gratitude for what you have, sharing, and sharing means art. Not just thank you. create and share with the world, and let your gratitude and your thank you to all the good things you've experienced in life be the creation of art. Let that be the motto for the future.
The motto for the future.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Richard, for joining us today. It's been a lovely time having you here. And I think for me, my biggest lesson, two things. Number one, discipline.
Yeah.
Number two, focus on your heritage, because that's where all the richness is. And just put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
Thank
see
you too for having me on this podcast.
Thank you. You're actually the very first guest.
Yes, Katoto always breaks the record.
Katoto always breaks the record.
Thank you, Katoto.
We'll see you again on the next episode of the French Embassy's podcast. Once again, we'll be giving platforms to so many creatives and innovators to help spark a light in you. We'll see you next time. I was your host, Hannah Arinita. Bye.
Bye. See you.